Hello, good evening, happy Tuesday. So let's see who is here. What do I have on the menu? I'll let you know in a second. I'm gonna wait until you guys come up. Here you go, Jennifer is on. Miranda's on. I thought you're in Vegas, girl. Hey, Kim. Okay, so it's building up. Hey, John. Okay, so again, welcome to my kitchen. I decided to do it today because Sunday most likely I won't be doing it. We have something coming up, and so what's on the menu? It is something that it's not very popular. Something that maybe you guys are gonna think like, ooh, what's that? Hey, Pam. Thank you everyone for joining me. So we're gonna be making stewed okra. Who likes okra? Okay, so this is what I got them actually. Usually I get them, they're a little bit smaller than this, but I didn't find the small ones. I get them from the Arabic store in Austin. I get the smaller one, but these I got them actually from Walmart. Hi. Hello. Hello. We have somebody from Florida. Hi, how are you? So it is frozen okra. You can definitely use the fresh one, but I'm using this one because it cooks faster. So that way we try to keep it quick. We have 2 pounds of ribeye steak. I like to use ribeye for cooking because it's a softer meat. It has a little more fat, so it makes it soft when we cook it. We have onions. We have 2 small to medium onions. We also have garlic. We're gonna need about altogether maybe like 6 cloves of garlic. I have Zaina as my helper today too. She is around. Here you go. So we also have cilantro. It might sound a little different, the combination, but you will see that it's really good. It's very tasty. Hello. So cilantro, that we will be adding it towards the end. To saute the onions and to cook the beef, we are gonna need some canola oil or vegetable oil. This I don't like to cook it with olive oil because it's different. It gives it a different taste. So I'm gonna be using canola oil.
Hey, Shannon.
Spices. Hi, Shannon. So spices, we have, I told you guys I like to use a lot of spices. I have my salt, kosher salt. I have my adobo. Again, sorry, I just can't live without my adobo. We have the garlic powder. We have also the onion powder. We have chili powder, just a little bit, not a whole lot. I have ground cinnamon. I know here in the States, not everybody's used to use cinnamon in their cooking, but actually it adds a nice flavor to, especially meat, especially beef, like it adds a nice flavor to it. So we do use cinnamon. What I did notice is the cinnamon in here, it's sweeter than the cinnamon we use back home, but still it tastes good and smells so good. I also have ground allspice, and it's not old, it's allspice. Okay, we have ground nutmeg, and we have ground ginger. So these are gonna be our spices, and I'm gonna start. So first of all, we are gonna be chopping the meat. The beef, we're gonna do them kind of like cubes, but not very big because I'm gonna try to cook it fast so you guys can also, I don't want you to get so bored. So we have, I got the ones that are thin, the thinner ones. You can get definitely the ones that are like double. Usually they're like this thick, like what, about an inch. But she's saying hi. So hello everyone. So I'm gonna be using this kind of steak. It is marbled. It does have some extra fat that we don't need, so I do remove that. Can everybody see okay? Do I need to move the camera back a little bit? Let me know, please. You know it's live, so you guys can talk to me. I can talk to you. Zaina will be here reading if we have.
Is that better?
I believe you guys can see okay. Give me thumbs up. Can you see okay? Awesome.
I think it's a
Okay.
little better.
So like I said, you try to remove the extra fat that we have because it's a little too much sometimes, and you don't want a piece of fat in your mouth when you're chewing your food. So what I do is I remove the extras, all of these, and then we are gonna cut them about let's see, they're gonna be about this size, so maybe like an inch, around an inch. Hi, Miss Mina. Miss Mina is the person who I learned cake decorating from. She taught for years, and she is awesome, and she's my big fan, and she supports me a lot. She came to my bakery last week, actually. Thank you, Miss Mina. So here we go. So I'm just removing all the extra fat. I know maybe some of you are gonna be like, why do you get ribeye if you're gonna take all that fat out? It's just because it's a little too much, and I have picky eaters here. They are kind of picky, so they'll be like, what is this in my mouth? And I don't like to hear complaints. So there we go. We have them like you see. You can go bigger if you would like, but I think this is a good size, especially like when you're eating it. It is gonna be cooked, by the way, I didn't finish what this is gonna be cooked in. It is gonna be cooked in a tomato paste. It's a tomato sauce, but to make it thick, we're using tomato paste instead of tomato sauce. Why? Because it's actually more appetizing when the sauce is thick instead of just being runny and watery. So what comments do we have?
You make it so easy cutting the fat out.
Yes, it's easy. Once you have a sharp knife, it's good. You don't want to know how many times I've cut myself. You definitely don't want to know that. Can I have some paper towels, please?
Then come see your Aunt Lubna.
Your Aunt Lubna. Aunt Lubna needs to come and see us. We miss you. She's all the way in Miami watching me. She cooks really good too. She's good at cooking, but she does not like to make dessert. Right, Lubna? So I guess we learned it from our mom. She cooks really good, actually. We learned from her, and then we added our own twist to things. Especially after I came here, like we have to find ingredients that are similar to the original ingredients. And the good thing is you can find everything here in the States. In Venezuela, it's not that easy. You can barely find the everyday bread. So thankful to be here, and so thankful for the opportunities that come my way. So anyways, so here we go. I am gonna do, so we have two. What's that? Who's that?
Hi.
Who
Christy
that?
said I have to watch tomorrow because she's falling asleep.
Christy, you're falling asleep on me?
Where in Miami?
Okay, so for those of you who are on the Eastern time, I know it's 9 p.m. I'm just trying to figure out when is the best time. You know, remember that I do have the bakery, that I have to do this after I finish from the bakery. If I do it on a weekday and on a Sunday, I mean, Sundays are a little more flexible, but I also have to see what else we have going on as far as activities, because that's the only day off. So I'm gonna try to work it out. I promise you all. If you all give me suggestions of when is a good time, I would definitely work it out. So kind of like we have a live channel, a live cooking channel. Who does that, right? Hello. So questions? Any questions, anyone? Other than how in the world I'm cutting the meat? I'm getting there. I'm almost done, I promise you. So I do have a gas stove. I feel like it cooks faster. I don't know why, but that's what I feel like when we switch to gas. Oh my gosh, you guys don't want to know what happened when I first started cooking with gas here. I wasn't used to it. I was used to the electric one, and that one, it takes a little bit long sometimes to get warm. So we get the gas stove, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna start cooking with gas again. Of course, I burned what I was cooking because it was going too strong on me. It was too fast, and the smell was everywhere. So I learned how to cook with gas, and I've been doing it for 8 years now here in this house. And here we are. I'm sharing now how I cook. since I always post pictures and all of you are like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. So, by the way, I am so excited. I heard from 3 different ladies that they did try the recipe of the kofta that I made on Sunday, and they sent pictures and it looks beautiful. I am so excited. So hopefully you guys will always like what I have to offer you, and I like to definitely hear feedback. Now here's the thing. I know I am using okra, but this here, what I'm gonna be making, is actually a base to cooking, to stewing. So you can use the same way I make green beans. I cut them in small pieces, and instead of the okra, we use the green beans. You can also use potatoes instead of okra. Another thing is, for those of you who don't eat meat, and I know I have a lot of you who don't eat meat in here, you can actually just not use the meat. You can just do it like a vegetarian dish. So it will have the onions, it will have the garlic, the okra. I'm gonna show you how I do it, because okra tends to be slimy, and that's one thing why I didn't like okra when I was little. But there is a trick actually not to make it slimy, and I'm gonna show you what it is. So for those of you who don't eat meat at all, you can do that. It has, like I said, onions, garlic, it has the okra, it has the cilantro, and it's made with canola oil. If you want to substitute canola oil with olive oil, you can definitely do that, since it doesn't have the meat. So you can have a little protein in there. Just make sure not to overcook the olive oil, because when you overcook it, it doesn't taste the same anymore. Actually, it's gross. So one thing that I'm gonna use, maybe a lot of you don't use it, maybe a lot of you use it, is a pressure cooker. So if it blows up, it will be live on Facebook. So that will be something cool, actually.
Thank you.
I hope not. But I'm gonna be using a pressure cooker. The reason is so it can go a little faster, and actually the meat comes out even softer, so it's not chewy. So let me show you how I do this. So this is a good pan, actually. It is by Fagor, and I believe I got it from Macy's when Macy's was alive in Temple. So I have it on. I have the oil. I'm gonna put it and let it heat for a little bit, not too much. Now there is 2 ways that you can do this. You can do the meat first and then add the onions, or you can actually start by sauteing the onions and then adding the meat. Either way, it works okay, because we're gonna add hot water to it and let it boil. So
Thank you.
I have it. What are the comments?
A bunch of people saying I'm cute like you.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know I was cute, but thank you. She's saying ew, now I gross her out. So the oil is getting there, it's getting warm. So after I finish from this, can you please go wash this so I can use it for the onions? Okay, so look at all the fat that came out. It's a lot of fat, but man, that's so good when you put it on the grill and all that fat just melts, but not with the cooking. You don't want to use that in the cooking. So I'm gonna take the camera over there to show you guys how it's looking in a little bit. So can you guys see me okay? So I'm putting the beef. The oil is warm, it's hot. Oops, and I'm putting beef everywhere, even on the floor.
Well, you're picking it up?
I'm picking it up, yep. Sorry. 1 cube dead. Okay, by the way, this is the kind of, it's called, oh gosh, what is it? Pig Sweet Farm is the brand that I got from Walmart. So, this is the one that I got, and it's so cheap. It's $1.38. Like literally, like you can make this meal for the whole family with between the beef, $25, and you get a meal for actually 2 days. That was so cheap, $1.38, and I used 3 bags of it. So, okay, so here I have the beef. I'm browning it.
Let me see.
This, there. Can you guys see okay? No, you need to put it this way. Come put it this way.
Okay, is this good, Mom?
No, you need it to show
Oh
them.
my god.
There you go.
No one wants to see red stuff.
Oh, nobody wants to see red stuff? Well, they want to see what we're doing. So there it is. It's browning. You see all the juices coming out. So we're going to let it sit for a little bit. And then I'm going to start adding the onion and the spices to it. So there you have it. You guys see okay? I have it on high temperature. You're shaking. Don't be shaking. So there. Okay, so I'm going to leave her to just... Be careful, okay? Don't burn yourself. So I'm gonna be chopping the onions now. And like I said, we have about, they're like the medium size. You can have just one large onion if you would like. If you guys don't like onion, then, or the crunch of the onion, I know there's a lot of people who don't enjoy that crunch, then your best bet is to use onion powder because you kind of do need the flavor. So one thing about Middle Eastern cooking is we use a lot of onion and garlic in our food, and that's what adds so much flavor to it. So for those of you who don't like how onions taste or the texture of onions, I know there's a lot of people out there who are very picky with stuff like that, then try to substitute it with the onion powder and the garlic powder. So at least have the taste but not have the texture in your mouth. So regular or sweet onions, they are the regular onions. They're the white onions. Let me show you which one. Are you okay?
My arm already hurt. Can I stop?
It's the white onions. It's just the white onions. It doesn't say anything about, I mean, it is spicy. I can feel it now. My eyes are about to start watering. So I don't think they're very sweet onions, but they are the white onions. Red onion for cooking, it's kind of like, watch those fingers. I know, right? Here you go. Yeah. Try to watch my fingers. You don't want to know how many times I've done boo-boos to these fingers.
Do I have to keep mixing?
No?
Can it stay like that, or does it have to stay mixed?
No, just keep an eye on it. No, you don't have to keep mixing it. So the way I chop the onions, I found that this is the easiest way. So I have it in half. And then what I do, I go this way. You see that? Kind of like julienne, but we're doing it, I don't know, can you guys see okay? So I chop it all the way this way, and then I go the other way. So horizontal and vertical. I think it's right that way. So anyway, you end up with small cubes, with small squares. Like they're very small. So I try to chop them small so that way we don't have big chunks of onion in our food. And try to do that too when you guys cook with onions that you have to saute. Try to go small with them, because even like appearance wise, it just doesn't look right to have just a big chunk of onion in your plate. Like it's just
Should I turn my heat down?
no, keep it high. Okay, so here you go. So here we go. We have the 2 onions. I am gonna put in the cooking. Actually, I'm gonna chop some garlic in to put with it, to saute with it. And then at the end, we are gonna use some fresh squeezed garlic to finish it up, so it adds more flavor to it. As you see, my food does have garlic, sometimes a little too much, but it's so good. It just, I don't know. What are they saying?
No, you.
What?
You.
Me? Yeah, I know. I smell like a stinky dragon the next day. I try not to. Definitely lots of gum. So this one here, I chop it also like really, really small. And then I'm gonna add it to the beef, and then I'm gonna add the spices. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've been up since 6:30 this morning. So if I trip in my talking, please forgive me, okay? But yes, I was in Temple today, and then I came to Harker Heights, and then I went to Walmart, and then I came home. So
Can I show the meat real quick?
The meat, yeah, let me see. Yes, how does it look?
It looks good.
It looks good. Okay, so I have 3 cloves of garlic here. And then the meat, look, see all that water? All that, because also what happened is I had the beef in the freezer and I took it out. So that's also from being frozen and the extra fluid, liquid. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna drain them because it's just too much. So I'm just gonna take it out. Excuse me. 1 second. Okay, so. Try to maneuver here. There you go. So I got rid of a lot of the, of almost most of it. Okay? And then I put it back in here. And then I'm gonna put the onions and the garlic. So for those of you who don't have a pressure cooker, you don't have to have one. It's just gonna take a little bit longer for it to cook, but it's okay because meanwhile you're gonna be doing something else. You are gonna be cooking the okra. We're gonna kind of like pan fry it. So to get rid of the, I told you guys that sometimes okra does have that texture, that slimy texture. So by pan frying it and actually adding lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, takes care of the sliminess in it. So here we go. And in a little bit I'm gonna put the spices. And I have over here, I'm heating some water because one thing is once you have the meat cold, and again guys, I am not a chef, I am just a home cook. And this is how I learned that if the meat is already, if it's already cooking, you don't want to add cold water to it because it makes it shrink. So what we do is, how much beef I used? 2 pounds. 2 pounds of beef before I took off the fat. So altogether 2 pounds of beef. And then, like I said, so I'm boiling some water. I am making a stewed okra, and the same recipe can be used to make it, to substitute it with other vegetables instead of okra. Oh, thank you, Melissa. So instead of okra, you can use it. You can use potatoes. You can use green beans. Those are mostly like the 2 things that we use with this kind of stew that we're gonna make. So over there we have the rib eye with the onions and the garlic, and I'm gonna start putting the seasoning to it before I put the hot water. And we're gonna let it boil in the pressure cooker for 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes, I am gonna be, like I said, sauteing the okra and getting it ready. So when we open the pressure cooker, and you're gonna see a trick that I do to open it fast, because you know sometimes it does get a little scary to open a pressure cooker. I'm gonna show you a trick that we do is we put it under cold water and then all the pressure goes down and you can open it without exploding. And then we are also gonna make some rice. It is basmati rice, white rice to accompany it. So this is boiling. Let me get over here.
I think it's gonna explode.
We don't want to explode. Okay, so here we go. And I'm gonna start putting the spices. So here we go.
Sorry, I'm moving the camera a lot.
Okay, so adobo, I'm gonna use a half a teaspoon of adobo. We have, even though it has garlic, I still like to use garlic. So we have a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, chili powder. We're just gonna do a quarter of a teaspoon of chili powder, unless you guys like it with spicy. like for cinnamon, we are gonna do, this is a quarter and a little bit more, so like a quarter and 1/8. And then ginger, a quarter teaspoon of ginger, a quarter teaspoon of the nutmeg, actually 1/8. Nutmeg is strong. Let's do 1/8 of nutmeg. And we have, are you okay there?
Yeah, my arm.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Allspice, also a quarter teaspoon. And all what I'm missing is the fresh black pepper. So, and the salt. Let's do about half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so here we go, mixing everything in. The smell is so good. Zaina, you okay there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so now that the water is boiling and the meat is seasoned, no? Smells good. She can smell the ginger, she's saying. So, okay. So we have 2 cups, sorry. 2 cups. Wait. My little cameraman is doing such a good job here.
I don't want it to fog off.
So we have 4 cups of boiling water that we added to it, and we are gonna stir it a little bit. Bring all of these down. You can always add more water if you feel like you want more sauce. If not, then you can keep it that way. So we can always add more after it cooks. After we put the lid on it and we pressure cook it. So there we have it.
What's the comments?
Okay. So
What else could you serve it with besides rice or pasta? I can't eat either one.
You can eat either one. You can eat it actually by itself. Can you eat no rice, no pasta? So you cannot eat gluten? Is that what I'm getting from you? You cannot eat grains?
Quinoa.
Quinoa? Yes, you can do it with the plain quinoa though. Don't do the flavored one. Just do the plain quinoa. Yes. Bread? Oh, definitely you can eat it with bread. Oh, yes. Anything with bread is good. But for those who cannot eat the regular bread, then you can definitely do the gluten-free bread. Nothing wrong with that. But yes, quinoa should work. Cracked wheat. Cracked wheat with a T. I'm not saying weed.
Yeah, right.
Just in case you guys heard something there. So cracked wheat, you can do that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna transfer it to the back burner because I am gonna be doing the okra on this one here. So let me transfer it
To where?
to the back burner.
Oh.
And I have the heat on high still until it starts making, this is how I know that it's ready for the temperature to go down. When it starts making sounds. That's when you put it down again. So here we go. So this is my other pan. Hey, by the way, my pans are beat up because I guess we do use them a lot. So I'm gonna get me a new set of pans, okay? Just for all this cooking.
You need to get a camera stand too. Hey, Dad.
Oh, that too, a camera stand. Yes, definitely.
Hey, Daddy.
So, so I have that. If you saw, I just put about like a quarter cup of oil. We can do a little bit more. You can do like half a cup of the oil and wait until it heats up. And we're gonna add the okra, and then we are gonna add, once it starts pan frying, we are gonna add lemon juice, the juice of 1 lemon. So. this here is about to start making those scary sounds. So once it starts making the scary sound, like it's taking off, then we'll put the heat down and we are gonna put the timer for 15 minutes. So you can actually keep it for 20 minutes as well, but I think 15 minutes is enough. Who's laughing at me about the going up? Yes, you should see the first time I tried using that thing. I was scared. But my mom is always like very encouraging. No, you have to learn how to do this. I'm like, okay, if it explodes, it's not my fault. So she was there watching, making sure it doesn't explode. So, see, it's not hot yet. It needs a little bit more. Why do you want it to be hot? Because if you don't, the vegetable kind of like soaks in a lot of oil. So when it's hot, it doesn't soak as much oil. So just a little bit more, little bit more. And again, all of these are things that, look, do you hear that? It's going, right. You hear that? See, you hear it? Look. See? It goes. So now I'm gonna put the heat on medium, high. Okay, there we go. So far so good. We haven't done anything scary yet. So there we go. Okay, and I'm gonna put the timer on the oven.
Can you still see like that? I think so.
I think so. Are you guys okay there? My cameraman, she's doing a good job. Okay, so the oil is hot. How do you know it's hot? Watch it. You see, actually it needs a little bit more. It fooled me. There you go. It's getting there. It's getting there. Look. Here, bring it for them to see what's going on. Ooh, scared me. See? Okay, and then you put them and you run away. I'm telling you, you put them and you run away. I'm not kidding you.
Okay, let's just come over here.
So, I'm just gonna cover it. How about that? So nobody gets burned here.
Thank you.
What is she doing?
Good job, camera. I need to buy one. I was
No,
scared to
don't
buy
be
one.
scared. Actually, it's so easy. Everything just cooks so fast. Okay, cameraman, you are making them dizzy there.
My arm is hurting.
Okay, so frozen okra in hot oil. Dangerous? Yes. Very dangerous. We
Yay,
have the
camera
lid
press.
on. We have the lid on so it doesn't go all over. This one here is making sounds.
You can see this.
Okay, so I just open and I just. What?
Can you put this in it?
No.
No?
Okay, so there you go. It's getting there. It's not as scary anymore.
Ask for a raise.
What?
Do you hear that?
What is
I
it?
need a raise.
She needs a. Hey, who's that? Don't be giving her ideas, please. So there you go. I'm gonna keep it covered a little bit, so like I said, so it doesn't go poof. So there you go. Meanwhile, while you're doing all of this, what we can do is wash the rice. Let's get the rice ready.
Is the dinner ready?
Dinner ready? No, Samir, it's getting there. I always have a hungry husband.
That's it. I'm bringing
Okay.
a chair.
He's bringing the chair. So here, these are pan frying right now. These are a little too big than what I usually use, honestly. Like they are huge. You can actually cut them if you would like. I prefer not to, because if you cut them, then they tend to be more slimy. So another thing too, if you don't want to do them in the pan, you don't want to pan fry them, you can roast them in the oven actually. She needs a Hey Melissa, don't tell her stuff. So if you don't want to do it here because you're scared of the whole heat, the whole oil thing or pan frying, then what you can do is actually put it on a sheet pan and put it in the oven with oil on it and roast it. What we're trying to do is to stop it from being slimy. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. So, you hear that? Sounds like a train.
Hey, are you taking
See? So for those of you who haven't used the pressure cooker, there you have it, live on Facebook. It's safe, it's okay. Okay? So,
The dish you made the other night.
huh? What is the question?
Wait. Do you ever put cinnamon on the tomatoes in the kefta dish?
Ever put cinnamon?
No.
Go down. Put sumac. No, I don't. The sumac, I don't use it in kafta. I use it more for
Yeah.
for like fresh dishes, like when we make fattoush, which is a salad. I will teach you guys how to make that one day. I use it. There is a dish, kibbi in sumac. I use it in that. I always make my husband work. Yes, well, yes. If you're scared of using the pressure cooker, have somebody else do it for you. You don't wanna. Actually, you don't wanna mess with it if you're scared of using it. Mama, can you get me more water, please?
Yeah. How much more?
Fill it again. So, for the rice, I do it in the way I do it is actually. I don't know if you guys wanna say odd or not. What's sumac? Sumac is. Let me show you what it is. It's a spice. It comes from a bush, and I believe that sumac over here is actually like, what do you call it, like poisonous. But the way they process it in Arabic countries, it's not poisonous. So honestly, I need to look into that and do a little more research. But this is sumac. It's sour. The taste of it is sour. This is dried sumac. So what they do is they harvest it, and then they take it out of the pods. They let it dry. And the way I used to see them doing it is they will make it dry under the sun. So sun dry. And then they, what do you call it? They make it powder. They grind it. So it smells and tastes really good. It is sour though. It does have a sour taste to it. Okay. So if you guys see, in a little bit, I'm gonna bring it down. Look, it is a little slimy now. I haven't added the lemon juice to it. So that's how it is. So again, I repeat myself for the third time. If you don't like okra, don't use okra. You can use potatoes. You can use the snap beans, the green beans. You can cut them and use those. But make sure to saute them first, because what's gonna happen is, once the beef finishes cooking in here, it's already ready to eat. So by doing that, you're very welcome. So by doing that, you don't want to overcook it. So that's why whatever you're gonna add to it, whatever vegetable you want to add to it, just make sure to cook it separate, and that way this one will also be cooked. So we're kind of like assembling. We're putting them together and just letting them boil a little more, and that's when we add the tomato paste. So that way it gets thicker. So, here we go.
Did you read the comment?
No, what was it?
Melissa said, LOL, my youngest just finished dinner and she said she's hungry after watching.
Okay, Melissa. So you need a trip to the store then. Okay, so these, they need a little bit more. Like I said, meanwhile, I'm gonna wash the rice. So let me turn you this way for you to see what I'm doing with the rice.
This way or are you over there?
You can do it this way. Yeah. So I'm gonna make. This is 1 cup. 2 cups. I'm gonna do 3 cups of rice, so that way we have enough for tonight and tomorrow. So 3 cups of rice. This is how I learned how to make it. Again, everything is given from my mom, my grandma. I wash it with cold water, and you're supposed to wash it until the water becomes clear. With that being said, it's when you cook it, a lot of people I know they use the rice cooker. I don't have one. I don't even know how to use it. I'm used to cook it from scratch this way. So when you wash it, you get rid of the extra starch that makes it all like like it becomes like a big blob of rice. So by getting rid of all that starch, the rice, when you cook it, it becomes like each grain by itself. So todo clarito. Yep, you have to do it clarito, so like clear. So I'm gonna go wash it. If you guys wanna watch me how to wash it, like I said, this is a step by step. By the way, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I actually started one. I know I'm crazy. This is me. It's called Lily's Creations, and I am gonna put the link in a little bit so you guys can go to it, because everything here I'm gonna post it there, and I'm gonna start doing the ingredients. I'm gonna start writing the ingredients. So let me show you how I wash it, so that way I kind of taught you exactly how I make it.
Hi.
So, look, here, show them here how the okra is looking. Look, see how it's getting a little color? Okay, so it needs a little bit more. A little bit more. Just needs a little bit more. It needs to be like this. Like that. You see that? That's how it's supposed to look. So, let's leave it there while we go and we wash the rice. Sorry, I have stuff in the sink. I usually don't, but today I don't have time.
We weren't even home.
We were not home exactly. So, like I said, I'm sorry. I promise you we try to keep it as neat as we can, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So, running water. You see? It's still, what's up?
My youngest went to go look on YouTube.
Okay. So, if you see, can you get it closer, Zaina?
Yeah.
This is not okay. This is no. So, we're gonna throw it all away, drain it, and then again. So, you need to do this about 3 times. I do it about 3 times. Okay? So, let's see. Is it still? Yep. Look at it. You see that? No. Again. I know it takes water, but you want also perfect cooked rice. You don't want just a big blob of rice in your plate and it feels like you are just eating rice cake, or I don't even know what to call it. So it's not sushi, people. We're not making sushi. We are just cooking rice the old way. So look, it's starting to get, look, see? You see that? It's starting to get clear. So this should be enough. There you go.
I didn't know you needed patience to cook. Great job, my sweetheart will be happy.
There we go. So this is done. Who's that?
Lisa.
Great tip. Yes, that is, I'm telling you, like sometimes it's just a very small thing that make a big difference in cooking. And really, like if you pay attention to these small things, like oh my gosh, it makes such a big difference in the texture, in the presentation, everything, you know? So these here. Okay, so what did I do here? I have the heat on. And like I said, this is kind of like a crazy way of making rice, but this is how I make it, and it comes out totally fine. So I have the rice. Can I have the water, please?
Why did you just cook it?
Huh? Did you put it to boil?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the hot water. We also boiled it to make it faster. So we have 3 cups of rice. So we are gonna do, this is 2. This is 3.
Let me show you.
I know that in old, like my grandma used to say that you need to double the amount of water when you make rice. Well, I found out that here in the States, you don't need to double the amount of water because the rice for some reason cooks faster. So what I do, for every cup, I do about 1 cup and 1/4. So we have here 3 cups and 3/4 of water. Another way for you to measure it, if you don't have the measuring cup, look what you do. This is an old way of doing it. So, for example, if you measure with this, just a drinking glass, 2 of them, 3 of them, the same amount, you do water, and then you do a little bit more. So that way, you have the right amount of water that you need.
Melissa says she uses a rice cooker, so she cheats.
You can definitely use the rice cooker if you want to, definitely, of course. I don't have one, like I said, I never thought to buy one because this is so easy to make. But if you have a rice cooker, good for you. Go ahead. I mean, that's really good actually. Maybe I should buy one now.
Show the okra. It's getting darker.
So to this, I add for the rice, I'm adding 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna add 1 more. 4 tablespoons of oil. Why I do that? So they don't stick together too. And like I said, it's something that I learned and I just do it. So as far as salt, we need some salt, kosher salt. We're doing half a teaspoon of that. You can always add more if the food needs salt, but it's hard when it's salty, then you cannot make it sweeter. Then it's a big problem. So, okra, we're adding the juice of a lemon.
Oh my gosh.
My lemon squeezer.
And she's sneezing. That's the oven.
So the oven is beeping, so it means that it's already the 15 minutes for the beef. That's awesome. Like we almost finished at the same time. It's here. Okay. So the rice. What am I doing with the rice? The rice, I have it. I'm gonna wait for it to boil. So like a minute. And then I'm gonna transfer it to the smaller burner in the back and reduce the heat to medium-high.
See all the heat coming on the lid?
Yes. Yes, this is good. Okay. So the okra is ready.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it there, so just add some color to it. And then this here has been boiling for the 15 minutes that we needed. So I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm gonna wait on it just 1 second until the rice starts boiling because I don't want it to overboil. Okay. You hear that? How it's going down?
Is this for tonight?
Yeah.
Good.
You're hungry?
Yeah.
I'm making you hungry. Okay, so this here. Now the okra, because they're bigger, I guess, it's a lot of liquids coming out of it. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna also drain it, like how I did with the beef, and then put it back on the heat. Like I said, I usually use the smaller one, but I didn't find any. And
Let me turn the one.
that one is huge. Okay, so there you go. So here, if you look at the rice, look what's happening.
What you mean home?
Oops, huh?
What you mean home?
Oh. Okay, so there you go. So the rice is boiling. Oops, sorry.
I know.
Look, so you wait for it until it starts boiling like really hard. And then you cover it. You see that? So once it starts going like crazy, like it's gonna explode. Okay? Then we cover it. We reduce the heat. I put it on very low. Actually, let me keep it here. This is a medium burner, so the heat is like medium. It's like medium low. Okay? And I told you that I was gonna show you how to open the pressure cooker without it exploding, right? Well, here it goes. hand protection. Should I wear a helmet? Maybe I should. What is she saying?
Oh, oh my, bless your heart. Bless your heart. You're such an amazing person.
Aw.
You work. I can't read it because it's okay. You work hard all day and then come home and teach us how to cook. Thank you for sharing your talent
Oh,
with us.
thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. I enjoy this, especially when I see that somebody is actually doing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's working. Thank you. So look here. So I have it in the sink. Okay, you guys be careful. If it explodes, it's gonna be live on Facebook, but it shouldn't. I've done this a few times,
It's
so
gonna get
I'm hoping it's not gonna do anything bad that it shouldn't do. So see, by doing that, you're reducing the pressure. I mean, if we're gonna get all scientifically talking about how it is, definitely it's cooling off the steam, the vapor, so we can open it. Look, see, it's not making any more. So it means that the pressure is off because this little thing here, this little guy, it went down. I should have actually pointed that out. When it was pressure, when it was closed and it was under pressure, this little thing was up, was all the way up. Now that it lost all the pressure, it went down. So how do you...
Someone said they're making it this weekend because they love okra.
Okay, awesome. So look at this. Here. Ta-da! Smells delicious. Put it back in here. Oh my goodness, look at the rice. See what I told you guys? that I like to put it?
bubbles and
See?
bubbles.
See? I told you guys that I usually like to put it on the smaller burner because of that. Let me move
Foams up.
it.
Said it foams up.
Okay, let me move that. Hold on one second. Lily is having... Hold on. Yeah, you can eat that. Okay, so I'm moving it to the other burner. And I reduced the heat here too. Okay, so bring these guys here. Remember I told you? What is it? Pressure cooker scared me. Look, nothing happened. I'm still alive and I'm live here sharing it with you. It didn't explode. See? It's safe. So, here we go. The beef, you want to make sure that it's done? Here, I'll try it for you guys. I'll let you know if it's done.
The okra is good.
The okra is good? Okay. So, let me show you here.
On my way.
You see that? So the beef is cooked. The onions are very, very soft. Okay.
Hey, give me some.
You get some in a second. Get down. Put your butt down.
Okay, okay. I'm going.
So, now we're gonna put the okra with the beef. I remember I told you that it's assembling. That's what we're doing.
Yay.
By the time, I don't like the stuff that I went and I put on. I need to wear something else. I look humongous. But okay, they say if the chef is skinny, don't trust it.
It
Right?
is yummy.
Okay, so
Hit high.
on the okra. And like I said, you don't want to do it on the stove. Go ahead and put it in the oven. And do it in the oven. And as long as it dries and it's roasted. So we're kind of like roasting it actually. But what I did is I pan roasted it to show you how it's usually done. But you can definitely do it your way.
Hold on, someone asked the spices on the meat. Is it all of these ones?
Yes, show
Okay.
me the spices.
There was garlic powder. What is this? Ground cinnamon. Just what are these called?
Which one, Mama?
The pepper things?
The peppers, yeah,
Just pepper, I
black
guess.
pepper, fresh, no, those are mixed peppers.
Onion powder. Chili powder. And then some kosher salts. And some ground ginger. Was that it?
Yes, and the adobo.
And and the adobo.
Okay, so it needs a little more water, and before I do that, what I'm gonna do with the tomato paste, I told you that I add tomato paste, so So you make sure that it's diluted. What I do is I'm gonna dilute it in a cup of hot water. I'm gonna add about 3 to 4 tablespoons. I'm just, as I go, I will let you know. Okay, so just tomato paste from the store. Just, I use this one. It's good, it tastes good. No problem. I have, so this is one.
Lillian's Kitchen. This should be the weekly show. Thank you so much, love it.
Oh, thank you, Lillian's Kitchen. Yeah, that's good. I named my my YouTube channel Lily's Creation. So since we're gonna be not just cooking but also cake decorating, I thought that kind of like makes it more generic. But you guys can definitely give me ideas. I am open for ideas. So all the whisks are at the bakery, so I have just a little one.
What is that? Oh, is that the tomato?
Yes, that's the tomato paste. So tomato paste. See, it's
Was
thick.
there nutmeg?
Yes, there was nutmeg. Just 1/8 of a teaspoon.
1/8 of a teaspoon.
So I ended up adding 1 more tablespoon because I feel like it's not enough. So okay, so we have 5 tablespoons of the tomato paste in 1 cup of hot water.
Yeah, there was cinnamon too.
And I'm gonna add a little bit more because I still feel like it needs more liquid. So another 1/2 cup. So all together, we started with 4 cups, then 1, 5, and then half. So 5.5 cup of liquid, like the total. The rice is looking really good. It's almost done.
Sushi. Gotta write that down.
Oh my goodness, this is smelling so good.
That's the rice.
So this is, okay, to finish it up, to add flavor, more flavor to it, this is what we're gonna do. This is a trick that a lot of ladies back home do. It's very simple, but let me tell you, it adds so much flavor to your cooking. So that's very simple. What it is, can you come this way? Put it this way. So what it is
That's straight.
with cilantro, a little bit up. Cilantro, I have 1 whole thing of cilantro. I'm gonna take half of it. So as far as measuring, after I trim it, I guess I'll measure it for you guys. So gotta
Write it down.
write that down, yes. Okay, Angela, hi Angie. Angie's from Venezuela watching me all the way from Caracas. Hello.
Yesterday, so maybe the rest was...
Okay.
Oh, she prepared the kafta.
She did? She also made the kafta. There you go. That's 4 down. Okay, so definitely take the stems out.
They need a smell button.
I know. I need to talk to Facebook for a smell button. But
Talk
then
to Apple.
no, well, yeah, I don't know. I need to talk to someone about this. Maybe it's something we can take it to Shark Tank and the sharks will eat me
I always
alive.
thought that would be a good idea for like, you can jump through the phone and go to your friend's house or something.
Oh my gosh, no, we don't want to do that. Jumping through the phone. Well, that's creepy.
You wouldn't be
Okay,
attracted.
so here I go. Chop, chop, chop. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking just for a second so I don't chop my fingers with it. I don't think. Yeah, cilantro. So again, this is cilantro, fresh cilantro. Okay, so there you go, and then we go the other way.
I did that once, but it was with like chocolate. So.
I try to chop it really small. And ta-da! Dang, I can chop. Look at that. Okay, so we have, how much do we have? I'm gonna measure it just for you guys who likes.
That smells so good.
So this is 1/4 of a cup. Maybe like 1/3, about 1/3 of a cup, I think. Yeah, about 1/3 of a cup. If you don't like cilantro, don't use it. But I feel like it just adds so much yummy flavor to it. So pan on the heat. Again, oil. Let's do 1 tablespoon. what am I gonna do here? Let me show you what I'm gonna do. So I have garlic. I am gonna be cooking it in the oil so the flavors will come out more. And then we're gonna add the cilantro. Cilantro burns fast, so make sure you just add it towards the end. Barely touches the pan until you can smell it, and then it's done, and you add it to the other pot. So in this here, you don't chop it. You're gonna use the garlic.
Is it
I don't know what to
regular
call it.
vegetable oil?
This one is canola, but yeah, you can use vegetable oil. Yes, this is canola oil. I don't know why I just get canola oil. I feel like it's lighter. But for those of you with any diet restriction, I tried once to do it with the coconut oil. No, I do not like that. Don't do that.
Read that.
Maybe with ghee, with like butter ghee. What's that? Bilarabi? Oh, sorry. I'll get you in a second, Emma. Go back to it. Okay, so one thing to know about garlic. Garlic cooks fast and it burns fast too. So let me show you here what I'm doing. Zaina, can you come closer?
Wait, watch before it goes away.
Okay, so look what I'm doing here. Like it's barely. Yes. So you can smell the garlic now. We're putting the heat down, and then we're putting the cilantro.
Whoa, that went down fast.
Yes. We're putting the cilantro, and then like I told you guys, just barely, like less than a minute, okay? So you see the garlic is starting to get some color. I reduced the heat. Tislam ya Amal, thank you. Amal from Venezuela, she lives in Venezuela, she is from Syria as well, and she's writing me that God bless my hands. Well, I really appreciate it. Shukran ya Amal, Allah ysalmek. I'm sorry, you're gonna hear me sometimes here and there switching between languages, so don't freak out. It's still me, just my brain switches fast sometimes. So do you see that? The smell is unbelievable. Here you go. And then what we do, we just put it in here.
So colorful in there.
Okay, so it adds color, it adds flavor. And then we just let it boil for another 2 minutes. Look how. Of course, this here is like grandma's cooking, okay? So this is not gonna look as fancy as the kafta that I made you guys a couple days ago, but the taste is just really good. The smell is like unbelievable. And I'm gonna try to make it as pretty as possible for presentation. And then the rice, oh my goodness, look at this beauty. Look. Look. See that? Oh my goodness. So rice proper. Let's check on it. Look, see, this is what I'm talking about. You see that?
I like when it's sticky, that's why I like this.
There you go. So this is ready. Actually, I'm just gonna give it a little more heat just so it dries a little bit more. See, the oil actually helped it. It gave it that gloss, so it doesn't look like just flat. So it has some gloss. It has a little it adds flavor to it, I feel like. Okay, this is ready. The smell is amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry. Okay, you got that? So let's plate it.
We're already done?
We are almost done, yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, that was the fast dish. See, you guys, like, I wish I always have this time, actually, because of this, depending on how much you guys like it and how much, what's the feedback. My family is gonna be eating more homemade food because of you guys. So I really appreciate it. Rice, what do you say? Rice looks like Shine Team. Shiny. Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Sorry, I'm shaking the camera a little. I missed the beginning. What is the dish called?
It's called stewed okra, and it's accompanied by rice, by Basmati rice. So now we are gonna serve it. Always making a mess. I need an assistant to help me clean my mess, Miss Assistant.
I'm sorry.
You're not gonna get a raise.
Excuse me, I'm cameraman. Thank you very much.
You hear that? Okay. Anyways, so to make it look pretty, this is what we will do. Well, she didn't. Rice looks shiny. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do just to make it look a little fancy. So it's always so easy to make something look so fancy. So what am I gonna do is I'm gonna get a measuring cup.
Welcome.
Let me see. Let me do this one, the 1 cup that we used earlier. So this here, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pour some okra. I'm gonna put some rice. Let's put it on the side. Who's sending me all this love?
Yeah.
My husband? Yes. Dinner is ready, Samir. Come on.
He said he's almost home.
He's almost home. So here you go. Rice is ready. Let me serve it. Okay, so you guys see me? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it here. You're driving and messaging, Samir. See? Ooh, you're in trouble. Okay, so I'm gonna do this.
That is so
Fancy.
cute.
And now,
Look at that. Oh my god.
we are gonna get some of the okra with everything, with the beef, with the sauce.
Such a rebel, huh?
He is. That's why I love it. Okay. So here you go.
Oh, so you'll love me if I was a rebel?
No.
Why you still love me?
Smarty pants. Stop. Okay. So I'm trying to make it look pretty, people. Look at this.
It looks weird because they're so big.
Yeah, they're
But it's
so
still
big.
pretty.
That's why they're not looking how I would like them to look like.
Pretty.
So let's wipe the plate. Again, this is home cooking. This is nothing gourmet or anything. We just make it look gourmet. A little bit of cilantro to add some color.
Dude, do you have sesame seeds?
No, I don't. And there you have it. It's stewed okra with basmati rice. And it's ready. So if you guys try it, please let me know. Give me feedback. Give me ideas. I know a lot of people asked for the stuffed grape leaves. I will definitely do that at a point. But look at this. We cooked. You guys stayed with me. I really appreciate that. So till next time, I will definitely let you know. I did get some suggestions to maybe let you guys know a day before. And that way you guys can get the ingredients and actually cook with me. That will be awesome. That will be something really awesome, you know? So it's kind of like I'm there with you, but I'm not. So everybody's happy. So there you go.
This one's mine.
Enjoy. Excuse you, that's mine. So like I said, let me know what you guys think about times. If around this time in the evening is a good time, I will definitely do that. During the week, Sunday works really well. This coming Sunday, we're thinking about going out of town, but we don't know yet. So if something changes, I will let you guys know on Saturday. But give me ideas of times, please. And send me what you guys want to learn. I have in store definitely the grape leaves. I'm gonna show you guys how to make the stuffed eggplants. Another dish is tabbouleh. For those of you who don't eat meat, we're gonna do tabbouleh, and we can actually do it without the cracked wheat. So that way it's, when I was doing the paleo diet, it works really well. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make kebab one time. I'm gonna teach you how to make baba ganoush.
Thank you.
So you're very welcome. So any ideas that you guys have in mind, throw them in here. Again, YouTube, go and subscribe. Sushi, I actually do make sushi, yes. I can teach you how to make sushi as well. And it comes out really good.
Next thing is arepas.
Oh, by the way, Venezuelan dishes. Yes, I will also show you guys how to make a couple of those, the ones that I always post. It's so easy, especially the black beans. Lots of protein in it, lots of flavor, lots of taste. So it's just from my kitchen to your kitchen. So you guys enjoy. Have a good night. I'm going to eat. Bye.